गणेशाय नमः श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः श्री सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणचक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यात् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनिरते उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। Having presented the divine principle as Brahman, Atma, Chaitanyam, the teacher also pointed out, never try to look for the consciousness because no instrument of knowledge will be able to objectify the consciousness, because it is never an object of experience. Therefore, Atma or Brahman has to be claimed as the meaning of the word I, the knower. It never comes under the known category. It never comes under knower category. Therefore, it is observer. It is witness. It is Sakshi Chaitanya. Aham iti arthaha. And when we claim Aham Brahmasmi or Atma Asmi, we have to claim only the consciousness part, excluding the inert body material, sense organ material, mind material, thought material. Excluding all of them, I have to claim Aham Brahmasmi. Thus Mahavakyam was presented several times. Tateva Brahmatvam Viddhi Nedam Yadidam Upasade. That Brahma Chaitanyam is you in this manner. Knowing has to be in the form of claiming without attempting to objectify. You should not look here and there without attempting to objectify, just claim, I am the Brahman. This is the teaching the teacher struggled to communicate. Now the teacher has to find out whether the communication has been successful or not. Therefore, we get the second chapter in which the teacher wants the students to respond to the teacher teaching, real examination for the student, and a greater examination for the Guru also. And we find in the Kenopanishad, the student happened to be a brilliant student, like all of you. Therefore, the student grasped the teaching very well. And he presented the answer also to the full satisfaction of the Guru. And by presenting an ideal model student, the Upanishad wants us to check ourselves. Am I like Kena student? We can have a check-up on ourselves. With this background, we will enter the second chapter, a small but very profound chapter called Titiya Khanda. Yadi manyase suvedeti takramevapi nunam tam vetta brahmano rupam yadasya tvam yasasya deveshu Athanu mīmāgumsyameva te manye vididam. So the teacher is expecting a response from the student, and before the student provides a response, the teacher gives a statutory warning to the student: do not be in a hurry to present your reply, because Brahmajnanam or Atmajnanam is of a totally different type. It is unlike any other knowledge or aparavidya. Therefore, every Vedantic student must change the orientation of his mind while studying and grasping the teaching. Conventional orientation will lead to a lot of misconception. Therefore, first we have to break our orientation. Now, what is our orientation? We should know that we classify all the objects in the creation into two categories. One is, it is unknown object. I have never seen it or read about it or even heard about it. So, unknown category. And we keep on learning about newer and newer things. And as even we learn and understand the object in the unknown category will be shifted into the second category, that is known category. So known and unknown, two categories. Thus we have got only twofold mindset. These are all unknown and these are all known. All our cognitive pursuits are nothing but shifting the object from unknown to known category. If we successfully learn, we will transfer it to known category. Suppose after cognitive study, pursued inquiry, we do not understand whatever is taught, we will put it under unknown category. Thus we keep everything in unknown and known category. We keep on shifting from one category to another. This is our orientation. Now whatever be the branch of science, whether it is physics or astronomy or biochemistry or whether it is any subject matter, what we do is shift from unknown to known. Having this orientation, we come to Vedanta. And Vedanta introduces two words, Brahman and Atman or Devaha. The moment we hear the word Brahman, what will we do? We take Brahman also as one of the objects in the world, and therefore initially it is in what category? Unknown category. That is the orientation with which we come to Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. And while going through Vedanta sadhana, what is our orientation? The unknown Brahman one day will become known. After doing lot of sadhana, after doing lot of Shravanam, after doing lot of Dhyanam, at last I will succeed in transferring the unknown Brahman into known Brahman category. Would not that day come? That Brahma Anubhavam, when it comes, we can categorize into unknown Brahman into known Brahman category. This is the orientation. We want to transfer the unknown Brahman into known Brahman. But the teacher in the first chapter has broken that orientation by saying that Brahman is that which does not come under known category or never come under unknown category. What is that mantra? Very, very important mantra. Anyadevatat vididadati avididadati. Brahman does not come under either known or unknown category. And our aim of study is not to convert Brahman to known category. Therefore, you can never say, I do not know Brahman. You can also never say, I know Brahman. So, if you say, I do not know Brahman, you are classifying Brahman into unknown category. If you say, I know Brahman, you are again categorizing Brahman under known category. Therefore, while replying, you have to be very, very careful. That means what? I should never say, I do not know Brahman, na Veda. I should not say, I should also never say, I know Brahman clearly. So Upanishad uses the word Suveda. Suveda means I know Brahman as an object. Naveda means I do not know Brahman. We have a state also called Naveda, right? Naveda. So this is Naveda. So I do not know Brahman. Suveda you should not say. Naveda also you should not say. At the same time, you have to give the answer. Therefore, what does the teacher expect from the student? Brahman does not come under known category or unknown category. Means Brahman is not an object of knowledge. And therefore, Brahman exists only in the form of one category. It belongs to a third category. This is the new orientation required for those who study Vedanta. The new orientation required is you have to introduce a third category which is other than known and unknown. Now, the third category other than known and unknown is knower. Knower alone is the subject who will never come under unknown object also or known object also. Therefore, the new orientation is there is a category called knower category. That means Brahman exists in what form? As the knower. And who is the knower? Do not look up and down. Knower means the meaning of the I. Brahman is not a new extraordinary entity. Brahman is the most ordinary entity available as the meaning of the word I. Brahman is not a new entity, but it is the status of myself. Therefore, I have to understand Brahman as that which is neither known nor unknown, but is the knower I. When I claim I am Brahman, at that time the meaning of the word I must be carefully noted, otherwise problem. In Brahmajnanam, the most important thing is employing the word I in the right sense. What is the right sense? I am the Chaitanyam which pervades and enlivens the body. And the students come up with a brilliant answer. And before that, the teacher is giving a warning. Yadi manyase suveda iti. O student, if you say, I have known Brahman very clearly as an object, Su refers to object, Vishayadaya. As a result of listening to the first chapter, if you say, I clearly know Brahman, do not think, as a teacher, I will be happy. Normally, when the students say, I clearly know, the teacher will be happy. Here in Vedanta class, if the student says, I clearly know, then dabhrameva api nunam tum veta. Then you know Brahman very, very little. So little that you do not, in fact, know. little do you know Brahman. Brahmana Rupam, Rupam means Surupam, the real nature. Yadasya Tvam, Yadasya Deveshu. So Brahma Surupam, which is obtaining in the human being, the first Yad Asya refers to Brahma Surupam in Manusheshu. And so, neither you know the nature of Brahman in Jiva, Yadasya Deveshu, nor do you know the nature of Brahman obtaining his Devas or Ishvara. That is, neither you know Jivatma very clearly, nor do you know Paramatma very clearly. So, you do not know the Atma either in the individual or in totality. This conclusion is under what condition? If you say, I know. Therefore, athanu therefore means mimamsyam evate. Before answering or presenting reply, may you analyze very well. If you want, you can take one more week holiday. You take as much time as you need, but very, very thoroughly present the answer. So, mimamsyam evate. After that, it is full stop. Up to that is the warning given by Acharya. You have to write Acharya Vacha in the beginning, and the Shishya, what did he do? Now, Shankaracharya in his commentary says, even though the Shishya has grasped the teaching very well, because the teacher gave an additional warning, the student withdrew from the teacher and spent some time quietly practicing Mananam and Nidhyasanam. After that, he felt that he has grasped the teaching very, very well, and therefore came in front of the teacher, and Shankaracharya says, Jagarcha, like a lion, he roared. The student roared the answer in front of the teacher because the student was very confident. Now what is the answer? Manye vididam, the last two words in the mantra. Manye vididam. I think I have clearly grasped your teaching. Vididam means what? Grasped. What has been grasped? The teaching has been grasped. Brahman has been grasped by me very, very clearly because your teaching is fantastic. And the problem will come if the student says, I have grasped Brahman. Brahman will again become what? Same problem. It become an object of grasping. Thus, this reply may lead to some misunderstanding. Therefore, the student himself elaborate his reply in the next beautiful mantra. This is very often quoted mantra. Naham manye suvedeti. No na vedeti vedacha. Yo nastat veda tat veda. No na vedeti vedacha. First, the student point out that he will never fall into the pitfall which the teacher has given as a warning beforehand. Because the teacher has clearly said Brahman does not come under known category or unknown category. Therefore, the student says, I will never say I know Brahman. Naham manye suvededi. I will never commit the mistake of saying I know Brahman because I know once I say I know Brahman, Brahman will come under known category. Hence that blunder I will not do. Na aham manye suvedeti. I do not consider I know Brahman. That doesn't mean that I do not know Brahman. He says that pitfall also I will never fall into, I will not say Naveda iti. No manye. Naveda iti no manye. Naveda means I do not know also, I will not say. I know, I will not say. I do not know, that also I will not say. Because Brahman does not come under either of these categories. Now look at this mantra. Suveda iti na manye. Naveda iti no manye. It does not come under I know. It does not come under I do not know. Then if I will not make either statement, what is the statement? I would like to make Vedacha. I do understand Brahman as something other than known and unknown. Veda means I understand Brahman. I do not use the word known. I understand Brahman as something other than known and unknown. That means what? I understand Brahman as the knower. That means I understand Brahman as myself. Vedaja has three meanings. I understand Brahman as something other than the known and unknown is equal to I understand Brahman as the knower is equal to I understand Brahman as myself. That means I learn to claim that Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. I learn to claim I am Brahman without struggling to experience Brahman as an object. Therefore, Vedacha, here in this, the teacher is thrilled. The disciple has come up and grasped very well. Therefore, you have to imagine that the teacher congratulates the student. The student is so confident about his reply. Now, what is the reply? The entire first line should be translated in this manner. I do not consider I know Brahman. I do not consider I do not know Brahman. I understand Brahman as something other than the known and unknown. I understand Brahman as the knower. I understand Brahman as myself. I claim Brahman as myself. This is the translation of the first half of this sloka. Now there are so many other students sitting in the class in Gurukulam. Other students are also there. And the students, this student is so confident and he says, among the students of this Gurukulam, whichever student understand my reply, all those students also will grasp the meaning very well. Therefore he says, Nona Vedeti Vedaja. Nona Ved, second line. In Nona Vedeti Vedaja, the students reply, Iti Tat Veda, this reply of mine. Whichever student in the class is able to understand, Naha, among all those students, whoever understands, Saha Tat Veda, that student also has got the message. With this student stop communication, teacher also has stopped communication because the teaching is successfully over. Therefore, you have to imagine that teacher and students walk away. Kenopanishad is over. Now the Upanishad itself is very happy with the dialogue. So in the following mantras, the Upanishad summarizes the teaching given through the dialogue. Guru Uvacha is over. Shishya Uvacha is also over. Hereafter, Upanishad Uvacha. Upanishad will sum up the teaching in the following mantra. Third mantra. Yasya matam tasya matam. Matam yasya na vedasaha. Avidnyatam vijanatam. Vidnyatam avijanatam. Most confusing mantra. You read the meaning. He understands it who comprehends it not. he understand it not, who feels he has comprehended it. It is unknown to the master of true knowledge, but to the ignorant it is the known. These are all the words of the Upanishad, and through these words the Upanishad brings out the uniqueness of Brahmajnanam. That is why we talk about Sampradaya is necessary. Otherwise you will get confused. Go straight away to Upanishad. People study on their own with the dictionary, will get into total confusion. Now this language of paradox is used here. Because Brahmajnanam is a jnanam in which a person knows Brahman without knowing Brahman. See if it is correct. Brahmajnanam is a unique jnanam in which a person knows Brahman without knowing Brahman. Do you understand? Why is it said so? Let me explain. I know Brahman without knowing Brahman because if I know Brahman, Brahman will become what? An object. Therefore, I should know Brahman without making Brahman an object of knowledge. It is a unique knowledge in which I know Brahman without making Brahman as an object of knowledge. They used to give an example that when he was traveling those days, in the early days, he used to travel in train. So he was traveling in train, there was one single, it was empty compartment. He himself and another, there was a Panditji, he was a Panditji. Panditjis, they cannot keep quiet, they have to talk. So then they saw a Swami there, immediately came and started talking about what is happening to our religion nowadays, that and that. He was worried. And then he said, I heard now there is one Swami, that is Swami Chinmaya, he is doing a good work. Have you seen him? I heard of him. He is talking to Gurudev. Now Gurudev said, should I say I know him? Or I don't know him? What is my condition? That is the condition here. So, instead of objectification, subjectification should be done. Now, subjectification is not a word, but I am making up. Therefore, without objectification, I subjectify and claim I am Brahman. And therefore, the teacher says, whoever knows Brahman as an object does not know Brahman. And whoever does not know Brahman as an object alone knows Brahman. The one who knows does not talk. The one who talks does not know. You saw that in Ramayana. Balkan, this Dasi, the attendant of Sitaji, Sakhi of Sitaji, happened to see Ramchandraji in the garden. And she was totally entranced because looking at Bhagavan's beauty, completely unnerved her. And she came back to Sitaji. All of them looked at her condition and asked, what happened to you? And she said, finally she said, I saw him. And then describe how he is. And what she said, how can I describe? Because the eyes are the one that saw, it cannot talk. Now, the one who has to talk is tongue, that he has not seen. Same way here also. Therefore, without objectification, I objectify and claim I am Brahman. So, that is the language of the paradox. The Upanishad uses Yasya Amatam, for whichever Jnani Amatam Brahman is not known, Tasya Matam. For that Jnani Brahman is known. For whichever Jnani Brahman is not known as an object, to that Jnani Brahman is known as the very subject itself. Yasyamatam saha na veda. Whichever Ajnani knows Brahman as an object, that person does not know Brahman. Saha na veda. That is why we repeatedly say, never work for Brahma Anubhava. If you work for Brahma Anubhava, and one day you get Brahma Anubhava, then Brahman will become what? There are books where they talk about their extraordinary mystic Brahman Anubhava. I was telling you that day, I was sitting, one person writes, at early morning, 3:36 a.m., Samadhi came, Nirvikalpa Samadhi came, then gradually a white light came, and it just came in front of me, and then it went around the Guru's photo, and then it pervaded all over the hall, and it totally engulfed me, and I was in that Brahma Anubhava for a few seconds. It was over. How much time it was there? 3:36 to 3:40. If a light comes and goes, how can that mystic light ever be called Brahman? Because Upanishad clearly says it is not an object of experience. But in spite of this clear presentation, 90% of Vedantic students practice Nididhyasanam for Brahma Anubhava to come. And they claim, I have intellectual knowledge, but that Anubhuti has not come. All of them should read Kenopanishad again and again. Nididhyasanam is not meant for Brahma Anubhava. Nididhyasanam is for claiming I am that Brahman, which will never come as an object of experience. Dropping all expectation for mystic experience and claiming Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. That claiming process is Nididhyasanam. We never work for any ordinary experience or extraordinary experience or mystic experience. Even if mystic experiences come, they have nothing to do with Brahmajnanam. Shastras do talk about extraordinary experiences, but what we point out is those experiences exist, but they have nothing to do with Atmajnanam or Brahmajnanam. And even if they come, what should we understand? They also come under anatma only. Nedam yadidam anubhuyate. Instead of upasate, neti neti vachanehi. Whatever experiences come, keep on negating them. After negating everything, people say there is blankness. Blankness alone is coming, nothing else is coming. Remember, when there is blankness, claim that this blankness is also known because of that awareness principle, which is the illuminator of the blankness. Shift your attention from blankness to the one who is aware of blankness. That's Shunya Sakshi Eva Aham Asmi. Shunyam api na. Shunya Sakshi Aham Asmi. This is Nididhyasanam. No mystic experience is required. And if anyone claims, I did experience, Upanishad says, Saha na Veda. He does not know. Maha Asadu is Ma, M-A, is M-A means Maha Asadu. In Vedanta, M-A is Maha Asadu. Who says? Upanishad says, because Avijñādam Vijānatam. For the knowers of Brahman, Brahman is not known as an object, and Vijñādam Avijānatam. For the ignorant people alone, Brahman becomes an object of knowledge or experience. Next mantra is also a beautiful sum up of this teaching, a very, very profound mantra. Pratibodha viditam matam amrtatvam hivindate atmana vindate vidyam vidyaya vindyate mritam. Pratibodha viditam. Bodham prati. Every thought. There is a presence of Paramatma. Now, I was telling you in the first day there was an example. So this is a very beautiful verse for meditation. Pratibodha viditam matam bodham prati. Every thought, there is a presence of Paramatma. Now what happened to us is, when the thought comes, we get carried away with the object of thought. But we have to shift our attention from the object of thought to Paramatma, meaning consciousness. Now this, first day I gave an example. That example will work. Now full moon night. Everybody enjoys moonlight. What a beautiful moonlight we say. But that is a wrong term that we use, isn't it? Why moon has no light? Now, while enjoying that moonlight, our attention should go where? Our thought, our mind should lift to the real source of light, that is sun. So as we are enjoying the moonlight, we are able to shift our mind to the source of light, that is sun. If you have practiced this, then every thought, instead of enjoying the object of thought, if you shift your attention to the content of thought, that is Paramatma, who is illumining that thought. is aware of the thought, in whose presence you become conscious of that thought. That is what bodham, so you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to, what you call Videha Mukti, or you don't have to Brahmaloka or Vaikuntha Loka or any other place to have vision of Bhagavan. He is sitting in your own drawing room, close your eyes, every thought he is present. So this is the meditation that we should do. So Pratibodha Viditam, in and through every modification of the mind, Matam, the conviction, Amritattvam hi, indeed immortality, Vindate attains. Atmana, through the Atman Vindate, attain Viryam, real strength, Vidya, through knowledge, Vindate, Amritattvam, immortality. So, this is the meditation. So, we have to shift our attention from, like when you are seeing the waves are like thoughts. So, don't look at the shape and the, what you call, size of the wave. Don't get fascinated with that. Look at the content of the wave. It is nothing but ocean, water. So this is what we have to meditate upon. So then what happened? Atmana Vidyate Vidyam. Through the Atman, he obtains real strength. So real strength, what is the benefit of this, is what is being told there. What is the benefit? Viryam Vidyate, vigor. Strength comes, confidence comes. Not only confidence comes, you become fearless. Why? Because there is no death for you, there is no birth for you. You are ever infinite. And this understanding you own up. So otherwise what happened? I have mistaken myself to be mortal. All the sadhanas are to drop the notion that I am mortal, not to become immortal. All the sadhanas are to drop the notion that I am mortal. Therefore, attain immortality means what? Dropping the notion that I am mortal. So, and through knowledge, immortality. Vindate amritattvam means that is the idea. You cannot attain immortality, you cannot attain infinity. What is that? You drop the idea that I am mortal. The moksha is in the form of revising or changing a mistake and understanding a fact. Very profound verse worth using for Nididhyasana. Now the last verse in this chapter. Iha cheda vedi tata satyamasti na chediha vedin mahati vinashtihi bhuteshu bhuteshu vijitya dhiraha pretyasman lokat amrta bhavanti. So here the Upanishad says opportunity to gain this knowledge is very, very rare. Dullabham trayameveda devanugraha hetukam manishyattam amutshuttam mahapurusha samsraya. Vivek Bhagavan said that first opportunity is manishyatvam. Every one of us has got infinite sanchita karmas, and these karmas are fit for giving all type of janmas. And according to Shastra, 84 lakh species are there. Not 84 lakh jivas, okay? Very careful, 84 lakh species. Even one frog itself, they will say 60 to 70 different varieties are there. That means what? Any jiva can be born as any one of the 84 lakh species. Of that, human being is only one of the species. And therefore, what are the chances? 1 in 84 lakhs. And therefore, after several such janmas, and of course in between we would have taken several human janmas also, but we did not utilize those human janmas for gaining knowledge. What is the proof? We are sitting here. Means this very current janma is proof that in all other past janmas we have successfully pursued everything else other than moksha. But somehow we have got this human janma, and there also only in the Vedic culture this moksha concept is there. There may be other cultures where moksha concept is not there or it is all different. The real moksha concept is there in Vedic culture. Therefore, to be born in this culture where we talk about dharma, artha, kama and moksha, and even after knowing about all the purusharthas, to have interest in the fourth one, moksha, which is called mumukshutvam, intense desire for moksha is still very rare. Manushyatvam is rare, mumukshutvam is rare, and even after mumukshutvam comes, many people do not know that moksha is only a revised understanding about myself, not knowing that they are busy doing so many other things for the sake of moksha. For that I need self-knowledge. Self-knowledge means what? Self-correction. Correction of self-understanding. And for that I need Guru Shastra Upadesha. Tat Vijnanartham Sa Gurumeva Abhigachet Savitpanihi Srotriyam Brahmanishtam. That I require, I should know. And even after knowing, I should have the opportunity and the desire for Vedantic study. Many people want moksha, but they do not want Vedanta. You should know that many want moksha, but they do not have desire for Vedanta. Jnanat eva kaivalyam, they do not know, and they are caught. Therefore, desire for Vedanta Vichara and opportunity for Vedanta Vichara are the rarest ones. Human birth is rare. Desire for moksha is rarer. Desire and opportunity for Vedanta Vichara is the rarest thing. And the Upanishad is addressing all these Upanishad students. You come under that rarest category. Therefore, make full use of it, for if you miss this opportunity, we do not know when the next cycle will come. Ihachet avedid. If one knows that one knows not that Brahman, if one knows that Brahman here, Ihachet avedid. If one knows that Brahman, atha, then Satyam, the true fulfillment, the very essence of human aspiration, asti, is acquired. Nachet, if not, iha, avedid, mahati vinashti. If one knows not that Brahman here, great is the loss. Mahati vinashti. Therefore, make full use of it, for if you miss this opportunity, we do not know when the next cycle will come. Even though Lord Krishna gives consolation, what is that? Once you have started attending this Vedanta class regularly, once you start attending these classes, one definite thing is what? Whether moksha or jnana comes or not, next birth will be human birth. Not only it will be human birth, it will be in an atmosphere where jnanam is possible and desire, when the desire for jnanam comes. Tatratam buddhi samyogam labate paurvadekikam. The 6th chapter, Bhagavan talks about it. Suchinam srimatam gehe yoga prashno vijayate athava yoginam eva bhavati madam. So, you may know that otherwise the loss is infinite. So here, but being rare, the teacher here says being rare, may you know it, otherwise the loss is infinite, immense loss. Mahati vinashti. Ihachet aveti. If you gain this knowledge in human birth, in this human birth, atasatyamasti. Human birth is valid because Bhagavan has given human birth primarily for spiritual knowledge. Even though human birth can be utilized for so many other things, it is primarily meant for knowledge. Because in all other species, knowledge is not possible. Raising a family is possible any species. Why do you need to be a human being for that? Even a buffalo does that. That well. All other things the other species will accomplish, perhaps better also. Therefore, human birth is valid only when knowledge is gained. Therefore, he says, Satyam asti, it is valid. Nachet ihavedi. If a person does not make use of this birth for spiritual knowledge, mahati vinashti, the loss is infinite. It is the loss of the infinite Brahman, Mahati Vinashti. Therefore, may you follow Vedanta Vichara. And what is Vedanta Vichara? The Upanishad summarizes this. Bhuteshu Vichitya. May you identify the changeless consciousness factor in everyone. Vichitya means what? Having identified. Vivekam Kritva. Iti artha. Why consciousness has to be identified? Because our problem is not non-availability of consciousness. Our problem is not non-availability of consciousness. Our problem is it is mixed with the inert material also. Body, mind, sense organ. When both of them are mixed together, we are not able to discriminate. And the problem is one is changing, the other is changeless. Our attention is always drawn by the changing features. If you see inside the mind, we do not notice the changeless consciousness, but the changing emotion only. When we watch a movie also, two factors are there in front of our eyes. Movie characters, then there is another factor. Nothing else is there is only characters. No, there is a changeless screen also. When you go to the movie theater, once the movie starts, even though the screen is all the time available, we are distracted by the movie. Similarly, in life also, we are distracted by the changing factor. May you not get distracted. May you focus your attention on the non-changing consciousness. Where is this consciousness? Bhuteshu, in every living being. But for that, you require very, very subtle mind. Because consciousness does not have Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. Therefore, it requires very subtle mind. And the one who has got a subtle mind is called Dhiraha. Dhiraha means Viveki. Sukshma Buddhihi. Sukshma like light itself. I have given what are all here? You you all will notice the hand. Now suppose I show you the hand. Notice the finger, the line, and if you are palmist, you will read the line also. So Ayush line is there, other lines are there. Everything you will notice, but the changeless light falling on the hand, we take for granted. And then there is another exercise also. Brahman as changeless consciousness is available in every living being. What about all the inert thing? Is Brahman there or not? In other Upanishad, what will they say? I hope you have done Vivek Chudamani and all that. In other inner thing, Brahman is available as what? As the changeless existence principle. Pillar is, wall is, tree is, pillar is different, wall is different, tree is different. What is not different? The easiness. Ease means existence. And when pillar is destroyed and made into rubble, rubble is. So the consciousness in living being is existence in non-living being. And that is the Ananda permanently available in Jnani. So existence, suppose a person died, what happened? You burn the body, then take the ashes and put it in Ganges, isn't it? Then Ganges water, take that ashes to the shore. And that is why on the Ganges banks there are a lot of agriculture. So vegetables they grow, farmers. So your grandfather's ashes become fertilizer for the zucchini that he is making. So when you innocently go and buy the zucchini from there and cook it, what are you eating? Your grandfather. No, but still it exists. The form of ashes exists. The form of zucchini exists. After you eat also it exists in the form of you. So Satchidanandam Brahma Vijitya, having thus discriminated, Pretya Asman Lokat Pretya. This is very important. We have to get out of this Jiva Bhava, that is the idea, not after dying. Here Asman Lokat refers to Jiva Bhavaha. Even though normally the word Loka means world, but Shankaracharya take this special meaning. Lokyate Anubhuyate iti Lokaha means what? Jiva Bhavaha. And what does Jiva Bhava consist of? Ahankaraha and Mamakaraha. So Ahankara means what? Of the Pancha Anatmas. Claiming the body and mind as myself is Ahankara. And then there are three other things which we claim, Mamakara. Possessions, our possession, most powerful thing, family. So in possession, profession and family, Mamakara is there, and in body, mind, sense organs, Ahankara is there. For transactional purposes, you can use the word Aham and Mama. At the end of the class, when you want to take the chappal, if you drop your Mamakara, what will happen? You might take someone else's chappal. After all, no Mamakara there. Everything is the same, not so. For transactional purposes, you to separate your chappal from others. Let Aham and Mama be there for Vyavahara, but may you get out of that idea. I do not own anything. Everything belongs to Bhagavan. Bhagavan decides what has to happen to the family according to the law of karma. So for a Grihastha, the greatest obstacle for assimilating Vedanta is the family-centered anxiety. So I am not asking you to give up Grihasthashrama, please. That is not what we want. Do not infer something else. What I am saying is because Grihastha has duties and responsibilities, is anxious. What will happen to the child? What will happen to the grandson? What will happen to the granddaughter? Such anxiety regarding family become a very big obstacle. Therefore, we have to do special meditation, practicing internal sannyasa at the time of meditation. Family, abhimana tyagaha, possession, abhimana tyagaha, profession, abhimana tyagaha, body, mind, abhimana tyagaha. Anuchinta, chinta means thinking, anuchinta means thinking the same thing again and again. Son, daughter, all that. Keep on thinking. All these things are obsessions. For doing our duty, we have to think of them. Thinking is different from obsession. So, as long as ahankara and makara is strong, all the Vedantic studies may be there as knowledge in the mind. But that knowledge will not be allowed to fructify into moksha. Then you may think, what is the use of studying all these things? You feel frustrated. It's because we have not worked on this dilution of ahankara or mahakara. Dilution, I am using the word because this cannot be eliminated totally. That is why disturbances also cannot be eliminated. Dilution will result in the frustration, what you call agitation, reduction. The frequency of disturbances, the intensity of disturbances, and the recovery period, all these things we can bring down. It is not a Jivan Mukta Purusha will not get angry, but it will last only 1 second. Recovery period is fast. For us it will take 1 week, 1 month, sometime years, sometime lifetime. Then what? Amrita bhavanti. Once the prarabdha is over, we do not say Jnani will die. Because Jnani has claimed, I am Brahman, Jnani does not have death. But his body falls at the end of prarabdha. In the case of a Jnani, not only the physical body falls, it merges to Virat. Sukshma Shariram also will merge into Samashti Sukshma Shariram called Hiranyagarbha. Karna Shariram will merge into Samashti Karna Shariram called Antaryami. Thus Jnani become one with Virat, Hiranyagarbha, Antaryami. All this put together is called Ishvara. Jnani become Ishvara from the standpoint of the Upadhi. From the standpoint of Atma, Jnani becomes what? No becoming. He will continue to be. Just as the pot space will be renamed as total space. Pot space does not become total space. Pot space is renamed as total space after the pot is destroyed. Similarly, Jnani Jivatma will be the Paramatma after death. Therefore, it is said, Amrita Bhavanti. They will become immortal, otherwise called Videha Mukti. They are free from Punarjanma. So with this, the important second chapter is over. In fact, with the first 2 chapters, the central teaching is over. The next 2 chapters deal with some important allied subject on Vedanta, which we will see tomorrow. So, after the second chapter is over, some student got up and went away, but teacher saw that some students are still there sitting, looking at the teacher. as if, whatever happened, they have no connection. So, now for them to understand, make them understand, the teacher tell a story. We see that story tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Gacchate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate